Good evening, you're watching Independent News. I'm Adam Dawla. With elections going on in Gazipur, of course, there's a lot happening in the country. Let me give you a couple of the headlines. Awami League candidate Biman Airlines has been unofficially declared elected in the Gazipur 4 by-polls. Independent candidate Afsaruddin Khan boycotts election during the late hours of voting. Islamists have burned 7 temples and 30 houses and shops of Buddhists in Cox's Bazar. The police have detained 26 for vandalizing Buddhist monasteries in Putia of Chittagong. Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit terms Biman an incompetent organisation. He warns that the government will withdraw all support if Biman fails to improve its operational standards. Awami League candidate Biman Airlines has been declared unofficially elected in the Gazipur 4 by-polls. Results from all 102 polling centres show that Remy has secured 72,341 votes, while her nearest rival, Afsaruddin Ahmed Khan, received 27,453 votes. The turnout of voters was quite low in the by-election held peacefully today. The voting began sharply at 8 in the morning in all the 102 polling centres and continued till 4 in the afternoon without any break. The total number of voters in 11 unions of Kapashia is 211,884. The presence of voters in polling centres was low right from the beginning. A moderate rain around noon further reduced the presence. The parliamentary constituency was declared vacant after Tanjim Ahmed Sohail Taj resigned from parliament. Main opposition BNP did not take part in today's election. Meanwhile, independent candidate Afsaruddin Ahmed Khan has boycotted the by-polls in the Gazipur 4 parliamentary constituency. He alleged vote rigging and other irregularities in the by-election. He placed the complaints in writing to the returning officer around 4 p.m.
This is a farcical election. The polling booths have been captured. I have been complaining about different irregularities since last night, but the administration has not taken any action. This is a farcical election, and that's my final statement.
Main opposition BNP has rejected the Gazipur 4 by-polls, terming it a state-managed election. BNP's Acting Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir said that people have shown a red card against the government by boycotting the election. Fakhrul made the comments at a program in Dhaka today.
Independent candidate Afsaruddin has boycotted the election. He said that it was a state-managed and a farcical election.
Meanwhile, Islamists have burnt at least 7 temples and 30 houses and shops of Buddhists in Ramu upazila of Cox's Bazar. At least 100 or more shops and other establishments owned or run by Buddhists were also vandalized and looted during the overnight attack. The Islamists went on the vandalism protesting an alleged contempt of Islam by a Buddhist. Scores of Buddhists, including an unspecified number of monks, have been injured during the vandalism. Ramu Upazila administration has confirmed the incident. A large contingent of police, RAB, BGB and army personnel were employed in the area last night to bring the situation under control. A ban has also been imposed on gatherings in the Buddhist-dominated area. Meanwhile, Home Minister M.K. Alamgir visited the area this morning. He has assured the victims of immediate measures against those responsible for the violence.
The incident aggravated possibly because firefighters or law enforcers could not arrive here on time. I have directed the local public and police administrations to form a committee to investigate why the law enforcers failed to arrive on time, why this violence occurred and who were behind this.
Meanwhile, Information Minister Hassanul Haq Inu has termed the violence in Ramu an isolated incident. He also said that this is not a case of communal violence. At a press conference in the capital today, he said a vested interest group might be involved with the incident to destabilize the political situation of the country.
Bangladesh is a country of peace and harmony. People of different religions and ethnicities have been living here maintaining religious peace and harmony. The incident of Ramu is not between people of two religions. This is an isolated incident.
In other news, Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit has come down heavily on Bangladesh Biman Airlines, terming it an incompetent organization. He also said that the country does not need such a kind of an enterprise. Mohit made the comments at a program in Sept today. The program was held to mark the resumption of the Sept-London direct flights. The Finance Minister also expressed grievance over what he calls the mismanagement of Biman. He said that the government will let go of Biman if it fails to improve its operational standards.
Biman is a very incompetent and malfunctioning institution. Biman not only incurs losses but also provides very poor services. From a commercial point of view, Biman cannot survive in the way it is run. The Biman chairman and the civil aviation officials are also present here. I would like to tell you all that we will withdraw all kinds of support from Biman if such a situation persists.
At least 20 activists of a citizens' platform named National Committee to Protect Oil, Gas, Mineral Resources, Power and Ports were injured in a police attack in the capital today. The incident occurred when the committee members were trying to besiege the Ministry of Energy, protesting the price hike of electricity and demanding uninterrupted power supply. Details come in the following report.
Members of the National Committee to Protect Oil, Gas, Mineral Resources, Power and Ports gathered in front of the National Press Club today. According to their plan, they started marching towards the Secretariat. As police intervened, the demonstrators locked into brawls with the law enforcers. At one stage, police fired tear gas canisters and baton charged, injuring at least 20 demonstrators. To protest the police action, the committee has called for a fresh rally tomorrow.
We will stage a protest rally in front of the National Press Club at 5 p.m. tomorrow. We will announce our next course of action from that rally. Tomorrow, we will announce tougher programs including a general strike.
However, police rejected the allegation of baton charge. They said law enforcers only tried to prevent the demonstrators from approaching the Secretariat, which is a restricted area.
No one can enter the Secretariat this way. We told them to stop. When they did not listen to us, we fired 2 rounds of tear shells. We did not baton charge them. There are some spots where no demonstration is allowed.
The melee caused a severe tailback in and around the Bolton area of the capital.
Meanwhile, far away from home, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has met UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon on the sidelines of the 67th UN General Assembly in New York. During the meeting, they discussed issues like health, education and the electoral system in Bangladesh. Ban Ki-moon hailed the active role of Bangladesh in the UN activities. Hasina and Ban Ki-moon also discussed the responsibilities of Myanmar and Bangladesh on the Rohingya issue. That was about the Prime Minister in New York. Now back at home, hearing on the bail plea of Jamaat Islami Naibi Amir Abdus Subhan will take place at the International Crimes Tribunal 1 tomorrow. The tribunal, headed by Justice Nizamul Haq, gave the order today. The tribunal also ordered the authorities concerned to produce Subhan before the tribunal and to submit the investigation report against him on the 4th of November. The Jamaat leader is facing charges of crimes against humanity committed during the 1971 War of Liberation. The tribunal also sent Abdus Subhan to Dhaka Central Jail. Meanwhile, Anwara Begum, the 14th state witness in the case against former Jamaat chief Ghulam Azam, testified in a camera trial at the tribunal. We'll take a short break now. Let me give you a hint on a couple of the items coming up after this short break. Panic prevails in Sidirganj area of Narayanganj following the murders of more than 10 people in the last 2 months. The deadline for the submission of income tax returns has been extended until the 31st of October. Welcome back. You're watching Independent News. More than 10 people were murdered in separate incidents in the Sidirganj area of Narayanganj in the last 2 months. However, police could not yet confirm whether the incidents were connected with mugging or were planned murders. A ban on gathering and movement after 11 p.m. has been declared in the area, where panic prevails following the murders and the subsequent legal measure.
Mizimizi of Sidirganj is just 15 kilometers away from the capital. The villagers are now passing their days in anxiety following the deaths of 10 people in July and August. At least 50 others were attacked during these 2 months. All these incidents took place under the very nose of the law enforcers.
He had no enemy. The killers tried to snatch his money and murdered him as he scuffled with them.
She went out for a walk. She was wearing gold earrings. They stabbed her to snatch the earrings.
Vegetable trader Masum and housemaid Sultana were killed on the 17th of August, while schoolboy Ilyas was killed on the 24th of July. All the three were hacked recklessly near their own houses. The panicked locals say that the identities of the attackers and their motives still remain a mystery.
They don't say anything. They just stab and then run away within seconds.
According to police, 16 people were killed in Narayanganj in July, 12 in August and 2 in September. Most of these murders took place in Sidirganj.
After being transferred here, I heard that many bodies have been found in this area before. Professional killers might have chosen this area probably because they think nobody will see a body if they dump it in a jungle here.
The local administration has slapped Section 144 on Mizimizi village starting 11 p.m. every night until the break of day. Panic prevails in the area following the deaths and the ban. Locals hardly get out of home after sunset.
Meanwhile, disputes between former Chittagong Mayor ABM Mohiuddin Chaudhry and Awami League lawmaker M. Abdul Latif have been resolved, apparently bringing a sigh of relief to the local Awami League. The two leaders shook hands at a meeting in the port city today, 3 days after they were locked in a confrontation. Shipping Minister Shahjahan Khan was present at the meeting today. The dispute between the two Awami League leaders ensued over the submission of tender bids for new mooring container terminal at Chittagong port. Supporters of Mohiuddin and Latif had locked in a clash at the port city on Thursday over the issue. And to continue with the news, I'm going to hand over to Adnan Hussain. Adnan, I'm glad to see you again.
Thank you.
Stage is all yours.
Thank you. The Communications Minister has said that the construction of a metro rail in the capital will begin within this year. Obaid al-Qadir made the declaration at the first meeting of the newly constituted Dhaka Transport Coordination Authority in the capital today. The minister also vented his disappointment over the absence of a number of members of the policy-making body to improve the public transport sector in Dhaka. Qadir also said that the construction of the proposed Bus Rapid Transit or BRT project will also start this year end. The BRT will connect the Shah Jalal airport with the Gazipur square area. Obaid al-Qadir also sought the cooperation of all to turn into success the government's effort to ease the Dhaka traffic. Oli Ahmed, the president of the Liberal Democratic Party or LDP, has said that there is no need of a constitutional amendment to hold the next general elections under a caretaker government. He said that the next elections can be held with the consensus of all political parties as it was held in the country in 1991. He made the remarks at a program in Dhaka today. Oli Ahmed said that the 18-party opposition alliance will not participate in any farcical elections. The deadline for the submission of income tax returns has been extended till the 31st of October. M.A. Qadir Sharkar of the National Board of Revenue announced the extension of the deadline today. The decision comes after different organizations demanded an extension of the deadline, which was due to end today. However, Finance Minister A.M.A. Mohit said the deadline will not be extended any further. And now we have the stock market news. The Dhaka Stock Exchange experienced a major slump in its benchmark index on the first trading day of the week today. Prices of most shares on the country's premier bourse also decreased. The DSC General Index dropped 137 points to reach 4,544 at the end of day's trading. Of the 274 issues traded, 232 declined, 38 advanced, and only 4 remained unchanged. Shares and mutual funds, units worth 7.82 billion taka, changed hands on the bourse. On Thursday, the key index shed 49 points to finish at 4,682.
And that was it from both of us for this evening. We thank you for watching us tonight, and we'll be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Thank you very much.
Good night.
Good night.